Welcome to the Sykes & Company PA video blog featuring Ollin Sykes.
How do I know if I should do a startup or if I should wait?
Assuming you cannot find an existing pharmacy to buy and you absolutely feel like that the community that you want to start up a pharmacy is the right place, what I would suggest you do is talking to some of the major wholesalers who have services and in some cases data analytics that they can share with you. In fact, one particular wholesaler that I won't mention, I know has probably the better data analytics product in the marketplace, where they can show you who the prescribers are in that immediate area you plan on serving, how many scripts they're actually writing, and the anticipated amount of scripts that maybe you would have the opportunity of attracting in a particular geographic area immediately around where you're planning on operating. Now that's powerful information and data that is could be costly if you have the wrong data or don't have that data or just using a gut feel, which would not be the way to do this. So you'd really want to try to get your hands on that data to make sure that the location that you're planning is going to have enough potential prescribers and script writers that will generate potentially patient flow to your pharmacy. Now, in addition to that, I just feel extraordinarily strong about having, unless you're inside of a medical clinic or facility where you don't have the capability for a drive-up window, I just feel extraordinarily strong about having, in some cases, multiple drive-up windows. You don't want to be closed into a strip shopping center where you can't put a drive-up window, where maybe you've got to bring drugs out to somebody at the front of the store. I don't like that. I know in some cases you might not have options, but I just think the drive-up window is critical. The other mistake that I will typically see sometimes is people will call me and say, I'm going to pay $25 a square foot and I'm going to lease 4,000 square feet. And then I tell them, well, we have stores that do $6 million and only have 600 square feet and no out front. And they say, you got to be kidding. I said, no, I'm serious. So you don't have to have a lot of square footage and rent and commit yourself in a long-term lease. And talking about making a mistake, if you sign a 5-10 year type of lease, you need to first look at what you're committing yourself to monetarily. And you best have some smart brains taking a look at those numbers that you're putting yourself at risk, because if something happens and your pharmacy startup doesn't go well and you have to close the doors in 18 months or 2 years, you still got maybe a 3 or 7 year commitment if it's 5 or 10 years respectively on that lease. That's a huge issue. Also, paying a tremendous amount of square footage rent for OTC items is something you just don't need to be doing, in my view. You cannot compete with the big boxes on the corner, where 2/3 of their sales are coming from out front. You can't pay $20, $25 a square foot and up for OTC front area. But paying that kind of square footage rent for a 600, 800, maybe 1,000 square foot pharmacy that has very limited out front items is a different story. But these are the kinds of things and mistakes that sometimes I see people that will be making in the industry when they are looking at a startup situation.
Thank you for joining us today. If you want more information or have any questions, please feel free to contact Ollin directly.